How you doing? I'm Forrest Smith. Welcome to my channel and welcome to my homestead. Well, I'm happy to be here. So this is actually going to be my first weekend here. I've been here for 3 weeks, but I got here, moved in, had that first weekend, but that whole weekend, first weekend, it just rained the whole time. Then I started to work, and then it was Christmas, I went out of town. Then I worked another week, then it was New Year's and I went out of town, then I worked this past week. So this is my first weekend where it hasn't been raining, where I'm going to be in town, able to really explore this farm and see what I want to do with it. So right now, if you watched the first video, I'm back in that little barn area, checking it out, really going over the barn good and a couple of outbuildings. You know, I really don't know if this barn and outbuilding where it sits right now currently is really going to be usable for me. You know, I have big plans for this farm, and as this video and future videos go on, I'll explain what my intentions are. Now, you know, we all know intentions. Will they happen? I don't know, but I'm going to try. But, so where I'm standing at, if you could look right back here to this light color, let me zoom. So yeah, right there, that's my pasture. So, from where I am, the pasture kind of runs diagonal. So I could go, you know, straight back behind me and hit it, or I could go out this direction and hit it. So yeah, kind of from where I am, it's a big diagonal. But right back here, there's a huge valley. And the valley continues, and it gets, you know, a lot smaller, or a lot, you know, shallower of a valley right back here. But there's no real direct route to get to the huge pasture. Now over this way, probably about 30-40 yards, is the foundation of the original farmhouse. So that's why they had this. They had the original farmhouse here, the barn, 1 or 2 other outbuildings, and then right up the hill just a little bit is the, I guess the small pasture that they used to use, and that's where the current house that I'm living in sits. So that's kind of how this area is. Let's go see some more stuff. Alright, so now I'm in the pasture. So let me show you where the barn is. It's back over this way. Let me zoom in, see y'all can see it. I think that's it right about there. So between here and that barn is a very deep valley. Way too deep to be able to drive a tractor or animals through it. So if I wanted, ooh, there we go. Come way over here is where the valley isn't too deep, and that's probably 100 to 100, somewhere between 100 and 150 yards from the barn to that point over there, with terrain that's doing this. Not too bad, but it's wavy. And that's just way too much to cut a road to deal with to really use that barn. Even though that barn and those outbuildings would be really useful, save a lot of time, energy, and money, cutting in that road is going to cancel that out. So let's continue on with our tour. So alright, I'm still in the pasture. Show you some more stuff. Let me zoom in. Alright, so if you could follow the finger right there at the top, that's the roof of my house. So pretty much I'm going to make a trail coming straight from there into the woods, pop out in the field right there. And then if you look over here, that's the trail that actually comes into the woods. Right there. Boop. So I have to walk down my driveway about 300 or 400 feet, then turn onto this trail and come quite a long distance to get to this field. So if I put that little trail whoop, right there, I'll be able to just walk straight down or ride a four-wheeler straight down it and get into the field. Alright, so we're still in the field. Wrapping up our tour, getting close to the dramatic conclusion. So, just get everybody orientated to where we are. Back here is a corner of my property and a road. Just, I don't know, 30 feet, 40 feet that way is the road to get to the pasture. Barns back that direction. So, this was the determining factor of why I bought this property. Right here, this is what I'm going to show you. This is what makes it special. So let me turn the camera. All right, you see right there, that little opening? We're going to drive over there in a minute and get a closer look. But through that opening of trees is another 1.5 acres, and that's where I'm going to build my new house. That's the corner where the road is, and the road continues that direction. But I'm going to cut in a driveway just right through those trees. It's only 5 foot of trees, so I'll hit the road. And I'll just be able to follow my tree line till I get to right there. And I'll be able to pull into my new house. Alright, so I'm going to build some very inexpensive temporary things just so I could get this farm going. But any permanent things I build is going to be back here. I'm thinking barn, very large chicken coop, anything farm related I'm going to build back here. And I'll have 12, 13 acres of pasture in front of me to work my animals on, with my house just tucked into the back. Let's go see that area. All right, so here we are in the back side of the field. The little hidden area I found right there is the entrance in. Of course, you know, widen that out. So what I like about this area is starting over there and going all the way this way, and I'll pick it up on the other side, and then starting about there and just coming around, it eventually meets. So it's like a U, the U in front of me, and a very steep drop off all the way around. I really like that. That is like, and I own acres and acres all the way around here, so I am in the middle of everything with very steep drop-offs. We'll go look. Easy to defend from zombies. That's the only entrance in. So let's go see how steep this drop-off is. So as you can see, I'll step out the way, just right over the edge. It pretty steep. And there's a very huge valley back here. This is another reason why I bought it. Just very huge valley, and I own it all. And that's where the deer are. They creeping along that bottom land. Let me show you another cool spot back here. All right, so from where I'm standing right now, there's probably, I don't know, 80 to 100 feet of clearing right here. You know, the property does kind of narrow towards the back. Now, on each side of the tree line, I have at least, I don't know, 30 to 50 feet on both sides before it starts to drop off. So, there's plenty of trees all the way around. But in the back, past that tree line, going for about another 200, maybe a little more feet, it's all flat, it's all level, it's beautiful. There's a couple little trash trees right here up front, but the rest of them are mostly hard trees and some pine. I could thin this area out, and that's my plans, and it will just be the most beautiful area to be in. Some trees for covers from the sun, but you'd be able to stand at the very pinnacle of this peninsula and just overlook the valley. And of course, house to the front, and then past that little bit of tree line, barn, pasture. That's my plans. I have the rest of my life to work on it. Hopefully it doesn't take me too long. In a perfect world, 2 to 3 years from now, I'll be living back here. But sooner rather than later, I got to start on barn and things like that for the animals. So thanks for watching. Stay with me as I develop this homestead. Until next time, I'm Forrest Smith, and I'll see you later.